All right. Well, it is official. We are recording. Welcome to our event. We are thrilled to have you with us today because you're going to learn about some pretty exciting information that's going to really, truly change the way that you approach your health. And we thank you for taking time to join us, as well as whoever invited you here. Of course, you want to thank them also. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a company called LifeVantage. We're going to share with you a little bit about this company's story. We're going to share with you the incredible hero products that this company has come to be known for. And then we're also going to share just a little bit about how you can actually earn through sharing these products with other people. Something as simple as inviting someone to hop on a call like this, right? And so, for those of you who don't know us, my name is Holly. My husband Brian and I are coming to you from Sarasota, Florida. This is where we made the move a few years back from the great state of Ohio because honestly, we just didn't want to participate in winter anymore. We had had enough of the cold, and because this incredible opportunity afforded us options, we said we're headed down south, and that's exactly what we did. So we live here now in Sarasota, Florida, with our 8.5-year-old son now named Austin, and our dog Bella. And for those of you who may be tuning in, whether it is that you were invited to hear about the health technology behind the products this company has to offer, maybe you heard about the opportunity to earn money by sharing those products, or maybe you don't even know. Maybe you just joined because the person that invited you, you were like, okay, enough already. You don't have to ask me anymore. I'm going to come. All right. So you don't even really know what you're tuning in for, but we're going to share a little bit with you. Brian and I got involved in this company 13 years ago. 13 years ago. Now, perhaps like yourself, when this opportunity was brought to our attention, we weren't looking for a business, okay? We weren't looking for a project or something else to take up more time that we didn't already have, okay? We were already working full-time jobs in the corporate world. I was in the banking industry. Brian was a computer engineer by trade, working for the phone company. However, if our corporate jobs weren't enough in keeping us busy, we understood the importance of multiple streams of income. So we also owned a traditional business, a brick and mortar business. And so between the nights and weekends and coaching and traveling for tournaments, in addition to our day jobs, friends, family, all the things, again, we were busy people. Perhaps you can relate to that, right? But the reality is that one of the coaches within our business reached out to us and shared a video with us. They shared an ABC Primetime Investigative report that featured our company's flagship product. Now, we didn't necessarily know anything about this industry. We didn't have any experience in this industry, but we knew that there was something special about this product. And we said, if this is real, this might be a big deal. And we had this fear of missing out. And so, again, we took a leap of faith without any prior experience and we made the decision to get involved. Now, for me, it was about I was in a job where I was feeling overworked and underappreciated. And the harder that I worked, I was constantly being asked to do more with less. And not to mention the stress and the demands of the job were starting to impede my own health and well being. So I knew that I was going to take the product, regardless of what happened from a business side of things. All right. But what was really cool is that we quickly realized that this product does everything that it says that it does and more. And it really has changed the way that we approach our health. Obviously, this business, through the help of our team, has now morphed into a global organization that has afforded us options. No longer are we working for the phone company or for the bank. We've been able to actually sell our brick and mortar business, and we'll talk a little bit about that later as well. But the bottom line is what is in this for you? You're joining this call today because you wanted to hear something. And we're going to be sharing with you truly what this company has to offer and how you can benefit from it, why you should care about it. Okay. So again, LifeVantage, we are a publicly traded company. We are a US based company. That for us is important. Okay. We are debt free, which means we are fully financially transparent. We have 20 years of manufacturing experience. We've sold over $2 billion in products. Again, publicly traded on NASDAQ. So you can invest in our company. Okay. You can trade and own stock in our very own organization. Entrepreneur magazines have featured us. Newsweek even did an article and featured our company as the modern lifestyles have diverged significantly from our body's original programming, talking about this key component to our health technology called activation. Now, you may not know what activation is, and that's totally okay. And I promise there won't be a quiz when this is all said and done. But the reality is that when you think about the things that your life goes through, there's a way to give your body what it needs. And Brian's going to talk a little bit more about what makes activation so special and unique and how it differs from just taking supplements.
Yeah, so LifeVantage is actually known as the activation company because a lot of people, when they look at us on the surface, they're like, oh, you offer supplements. And we're like, no, we don't offer supplements. They may look like supplements, but these are natural activators. Out of the thousands of supplement companies out there, there's only one that's doing activation, and that's LifeVantage. So let's dig into activation a little bit and just talk about what this really means. Activation at its core is about turning on the body's own natural pathways that result in a healthy response. And this is all happening at the cellular level. Your cells have these God-given built-in mechanisms that we can actually trigger or activate using a specific combination of natural ingredients. So let's compare and contrast that to supplements. Supplements are really there just to fill that nutritional gap. Okay. If you're deficient in something, you're going to take a supplement to replenish that inside of your body. And when you look at the labels of supplements, they use two primary words. One of them is supporting. They may support a particular function of the body, or the other word is help. It may help your body do this. And the reason that they make those claims is they often refer to studies of one of their ingredients. So it's not a study on their actual product, it's a study of an ingredient that they include in that supplement in order to support that function of the body. So that's what supplements are at the core. Now, activators are much different, much more complex, much more powerful because activators are targeting specific cellular pathways, these cellular messengers. And when you do that, you're expressing certain genes within your DNA, and you're getting the body to create more good stuff, more proteins, more enzymes and peptides and these other helpful molecules that you need for better health. And at the same time, we're actually lowering the bad stuff. We're actually down regulating the harmful stuff that your body may be creating. So what in essence this does is it causes your body to function as it's intended, as it's designed. And so when you look at the claims behind the products that we're going to show you, they are very specific and they're very quantitative. Okay. And you're going to see that as we walk through there. You're going to see that we just don't claim to support a bodily function. We're actually going to express certain genes and we know exactly what the healthy response is, and it's a measurable amount. And you're going to see what I mean as I get into the products. But when you boil this all down, we have this catchphrase that we use around LifeVantage. It's called take it to make it. Okay, you're taking the activators in order for your body to make what it needs versus supplements of just filling that nutritional gap or maybe replenishing something that you're deficient in. And so how does this apply to you? Because I'm sure if you're anything like me, you're feeling some things, right? You're feeling tired. Maybe you're not getting a good enough sleep. Maybe you have a pretty large list of pharmaceuticals that you may be taking for some sort of dysfunction in your body. Maybe you're feeling the inflammation or the puffiness and bloating, or maybe you just feel off, right? Brain fog. can't focus, you're craving that junk food. You just don't have the willpower, the energy to do things, and nothing seems to be working that you try. And that's where we come in because, again, when you get the body to function and design, you're making all that good stuff like you did when you were young. You start feeling your best. You start feeling the energy. You start to sleep better, and much more. It's much more powerful than that. So as we go through tonight, we're going to talk about four of our hero products. These are our best sellers, and they're our best sellers for a reason, primarily because people understand how they work, what they do, and they see the results in themselves and in loved ones. And so we're going to start with Protandim Nerve 2 because this is where our story began. Protandim Nerve 2 is a one-a-day pill, and it's the only product on the planet clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And you may be thinking, so what? I don't even know what oxidative stress is because I didn't when I started this. But when you look it up, oxidative stress is the main cause of aging at the cellular level and is linked to over 250 disease processes. So we just simply call, we feel it every day, but we just say, we're getting older, it's aging, okay? But oxidative stress is that rusting of the engine. It's our body, just the wear and tear in our body over time. And when you really peel back the layers of this, this is the most important product a person can take. You have oxidative stress. I have oxidative stress. But when you take that product, it is drastically reducing it inside of the body. Now, some people take antioxidant supplements thinking it's doing some good. But when you take the antioxidant supplements, or maybe you're eating foods that are high in antioxidants, like blueberries and green leafy vegetables. But when you eat those foods or take those supplements and you measure oxidative stress, it doesn't go down at all. There's no measurable difference. But when you take this product, we're actually getting the body to fight the problem because, again, your body is already designed to fight this problem. It just needs a mechanism, it needs a boost. And so, what we do when we take Protandim, we're actually creating your own antioxidants that are a million times more powerful than any supplement or any antioxidant food that you eat. Now, this was so significant. It was featured on ABC News primetime many years ago. This is the video that Holly referred to in the beginning, the first thing that we saw. And after we saw that video, we knew we wanted to take this product, and we've been taking it ever since. And if you understand how this product works, you will start taking it every day the rest of your life. How does this work? Well, I'm going to get a little sciencey here because I am a self-proclaimed science nerd here. So when you take Protandim, the cells detect it, and NERV2 is a protein that's in every single one of our cells. And when you activate it, it actually communicates with the DNA inside the nucleus of your cells. And it starts creating all this good stuff inside of your cells, all these good antioxidant enzymes. And these enzymes do a lot of good things. One, they clean up the cells. They get rid of all that junk that's been accumulating in your cells so they can function as intended. And it's also adding a layer of protection around the cell as well. So it's cleaning it up, getting it to function as intended, and adding a layer of protection. And that's really important, especially when you're doing it to every single one of the cells inside of your body. Now, again, this got a lot of attention because this is the first and only product that's been proven to drastically reduce oxidative stress. So all these universities and research institutions said, man, if it can do that, it's going to have a huge impact on our research. So over 36 universities have spent their own money to study Protandim. I'm going to say it again. They spent their own money to study Protandim. You just don't see that. That does not happen normally. But they saw such a significant claim behind this product that they wanted to study it for themselves. And all those studies have been positive, and they've been peer reviewed and published in different scientific and medical journals. One of those studies was done at the National Institute on Aging, and they did a 20-year longevity study. And they found that Protandim Nerve 2 is the only natural product that they ever tested that increased the lifespan of mice. That is a big, big deal. But here, what I think is a bigger deal is Washington State University did a study and they came to this conclusion. They said that this is likely to be the most important health promoting approach into the foreseeable future, and it may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Pretty powerful statement made by a bunch of researchers that weren't paid to say anything good about this, but this was their finding. Now, there's three protandems in total. So I talked about protandem nerf 2, but there's also a nerf 1. That's a different pathway that unlocks your energy levels. I'm going to ask you a quick question. Who do you think has more energy, a 60-year-old or a 6-year-old? Of course, the 6-year-old, they're always bouncing off the walls. And the reason that is, it is directly correlated to the number and function of their mitochondria inside of their cells. The mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cells. They are what create the energy that our muscles use every single day. And as we get older, that declines. I think you probably knew that already and experienced that. So now we have a product to tap into that pathway. We can tell our DNA, let's create more mitochondria, let's create more of that ATP energy that we need every single day. Now, there's a third one, Protandem NAD. If you were to open any anti-aging book that's been written in the last 5 years, a big part of what they talk about is something called NAD and sirtuins. NAD is a helper molecule. It is there to function to help convert food into energy and just help you function as normal. But as you get older, that NAD level declines. And so does your sirtuin level. Sirtuins are basically these proteins that keep you alive. I mean, that's it. If you, when you boil it down, that is what they do. They keep you alive, but they start to decline as we get older. So this protandum actually triggers the genes responsible for manufacturing NAD inside of your body. And when you increase NAD, you're also increasing the sirtuin levels. In fact, when we measure it in a lab, we actually double the sirtuin activity within 24 hours of taking this product. And when you take all three of these products together, something great happens. You actually amplify the benefits because they're all interrelated biochemically. They all help each other. So you see the synergistic effect. Nerf 2 works great by itself, but when you add the other two, it works even better, and vice versa for all three of these. And we call it the Protandem Tri-Synergizer. So I spent a lot of time talking about Protandim Nerf 2. And one of your questions it may be like, well, if I start taking it, what am I going to feel? Well, you're not going to start doing cartwheels and leaping tall buildings. That's not how it works. But when you start reducing oxidative stress in the body, you start feeling more like yourself. You start having more energy. You start having a more restful sleep, yeah, and your body is starting to function as it's intended and as it used to when it was a kid. So you're going to feel those effects, especially over time. Now, I'm going to flip it back over to Holly to talk about our next hero product that we just added to our catalog just a few months ago, and that is our gut health product called P84. So, Holly, I'm going to let you take this away.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. Again, remember, guys, we take it to make it. This is about flipping on the switches inside of your body to get it to do what it was already designed to do. But the natural progression of aging, we find that that dimmer switch goes down and things start to get darker and shut off. And we're simply turning that dimmer switch back on. We're turning the lights back on. The way I like to look at it is if you've got a house fire, what do you want to have to fight that house fire? Would you want to take a squirt gun to it? I mean, you could, but probably not going to do any good, right? What if you turned on the sprinkler systems and you brought in the fire hoses? That's what we're talking about with these products, okay? You can't eat enough fruits and vegetables and do enough exercise to counteract what it is that we do on our bodies on a daily basis, which is why it catches up with us as we age. And we literally have the only product that has been proven to be able to extend life. That is 5 plant-based ingredients. It's that simple. So, as we talked about this power of activation, our gut is one of the most foundational things in our body and is connected to so many things. It impacts our mood, our hormones, our sleep, our ability to lose weight, gain weight, skin. There's so many things that are tied to our gut health, right? Again, it's that time of year. Or, do you find yourself getting ill? Um, or do you have a weakened immune system? Things to that nature. Are you not sleeping great? All of these can be impacted by your gut. And we have something that can take care of all of that for you. It's called P84. It's called P84 because it actually has 84 ingredients. Okay. This is unbelievable. This is literally the ultimate offensive gut health strategy that actually activates the production of key peptides that help you to regulate, repair, and restore while balancing your gut. Okay. It has over 40 fruits and vegetables in it. It has prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics. I honestly didn't know that postbiotics was a thing. Just goes to show you 13 years in, you can still be learning new things. But there's two convenient powder packets. You take those packets, you mix them together in water, and you drink them. That's it. It's that simple. Okay. So we're going to help regulate your gut. P84 is going to activate those master peptides. They're going to help control digestion, nutrient absorption. So the very things that you're trying to eat for your own health, you're actually going to be able to absorb the nutrients in that. Your immunity and communication within the gut. Then it's going to go in there and it's going to help you repair. It's going to activate peptides that actually repair and protect your gut lining. Okay. It's going to help calm overactive responses and shield that body from everyday stressors. And then lastly, you've got restore. This is going to help create the right environment for beneficial bacteria to actually flourish, restoring that calm, balance, and strength to your gut. Now, just real quickly to share a story about myself. Prior to taking P84, I've been at a stage in my life where I have been struggling with bloat. I have been gaining a little bit of weight. It is very hormonal, given the season of my life, if you will, that I am. I'm probably giving my age away a little bit on that. But I was doing all the things. I was taking all of our activators and I was like, I don't know what else I could do. I was watching what I was eat. I was lifting more, all the things. But this bloat and uncomfortableness would not go away. Well, guess what? Within 15 days of being on P84, I had lost, was it 8 pounds? Almost 8 pounds, 5 to 8 pounds. And I mean, the bloat, my pants were fitting better. I was more comfortable. I was sleeping better. So there's something to be said about getting your gut in balance, even when you think you're doing all the right things. So again, P84 activates 14 key peptides inside of our body. Um, I'm not going to go down all of these. Again, for those of you who like to get down into the nitty-gritties and the details, those photos and that information is actually available on our website. So just get back with the person who invited you here, and they can break that down for you. Now, when you use these together, our Protandim Nerve 2 and our P84, it's called the Healthy Edge Stack. You have the offense, which is your gut health, restoring that communication and keeping your system agile and strong. And then you have the defense, which is that protandim nerve 2, which is protecting your cells from and literally improving the health of every cell of your body. All right. So it's kind of that 1-2 punch. So as we continue on with this power of activation, next we have our liquid collagen. Brian, you want to give us the rundown on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, collagen has been quite the rage in the health and wellness industry here for probably the past, I don't know, 5 years. And it's hard to walk down the grocery aisle with not seeing big tubs of collagen and out there. And so a lot of people already know there's health benefits to collagen, but they don't may not know enough about it because collagen is really important for everything in your body that bends. So obviously your skin, that's very elastic. And think about your arteries, think about your bones, think about your tissues and your organs and how much they need to flex and hold their structure. Well, collagen is what makes that possible. But when you turn age 30, you start to lose about 1% of your collagen every single year. Okay? And collagen is, there's a lot of supplements out there, but this is the world's first and only liquid collagen activator. Again, your body already knows how to make collagen. Let's just tell it to make more of it. Okay, that's really the essence of what this collagen activator is doing. Now we do replenish collagen. It is a supplement in that form. We replenish it with 10 different types of collagen peptides. There's peptides for your skin, there's peptides for your joints, peptides for different tissues within inside of your body. Now, our claim here is we increase your collagen density by 100%. Okay, 100% improvement in collagen density. That's what our clinical studies have shown here. Now, collagen is not a beauty product, or I should say, not just a beauty product. Many people take it because they see the effects on their outside. Their skin starts to clear up. They don't have the blemishes on there. They have more even tone. They just look healthier. It also the fine lines and wrinkles start to disappear. So you see those effects on the outside. But often those things are reflections of what's going on in the inside as well, because collagen is beneficial for your liver, beneficial for your cardiovascular system, your mental health, your cognitive support, your brain overall, gut health, your joints and muscle recovery, and the list goes on and on and on. And so, when you are increasing the collagen that your body's producing, in addition to replenishing it with 10 different peptides, and also include another ingredient that helps you maintain the collagen that you produce. So it's working three different ways, and that's why people see results from this collagen. We tell people when you start this collagen, take a picture before, take a picture within 2 weeks, and take a picture within 30 days. And it may look something like the people I'm showing here on the screen. Now, a lot of these people are people we know personally, okay? And we told them to take these pictures, and this is what they shared back with us. And so the transformation is absolutely phenomenal. So just going to keep this going here. I'm going to turn it back over to Holly and talk about one of our newer products, which is our gut brain activation with our mind body product.
There we go. Thank you. And so we appreciate you sticking with us. Actually, we're going to wrap up the product side of things here with this Mind Body GLP-1 natural system. But make sure you stick around also because we have something special that we want to offer to you because, hey, it is the holidays, 'tis the season, right? So the Mind Body GLP system is the only all natural vegan system on the market that has been proven to increase your GLP-1 production by 200% on average. Okay. I mean, I see so many commercials and scrolls on my phone and commercials about injections. And look, people have got to do what they believe is right for them, but I believe that there is a better way. And you better believe that I'm going to look to a more natural way whenever possible. This product, we did clinical studies. It proved that most people lost 9 pounds in 8 weeks on average and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. All right. 100% who lost the weight, they didn't lose muscle. They did not lose muscle. Okay. A lot of the side effects tied to the injections that people are taking is they're losing muscle mass. This is not healthy for your skeletal system, for your bones, just your overall health. You don't want to lose muscle. Yes, you want to get rid of that unwanted weight, that visceral fat. And 27% of people, or they lost up to 27% in visceral fat. That's that stubborn belly fat that sits around your stomach, which tends to be the most damaging for you. Now, you may not know what GLP-1 is, but GLP-1 is literally a hormone inside your body. It's responsible for insulin secretion. It's responsible for slowing down your digestion, suppresses your appetite, supports your cardiovascular health and your brain. Okay. So if you're feeling like you just don't have control anymore, or you just don't know when to stop, or you're constantly being bombarded by food noise, the mind body system is going to quiet that food noise. It's going to allow you to feel more in control, and it's going to allow you to create newer, healthier habits that become a part of your lifestyle. And thereby, you're going to see the results that you want to see. So, for example, we're showing you some pictures on the screen. These are individuals that were actually a part of our 12-week challenge that we did last year when we launched this incredible product. People were having results in 30 days, in 60 days, 90 days. As with anything, obviously, depending on where your own health is, things can take time. So it's important that you be patient. The cool part is that this incredible company offers you guides and videos and directions on how best to use these products so that you can get the maximum benefit of it. And then last but not least, I think we're just kind of throwing this one in there under the radar a little bit. So Axio is brain food. These are convenient little powder packets that you dump in water. So one, you're staying hydrated, and two, you're giving your brain the nutrients that it needs in order to have better concentration, more positive mood, and really just to have that energy throughout the day, but without the stimulants, right? Where you're going to crash afterwards. Which things you might experience when you're drinking coffee or sugary drinks or maybe even energy drinks. This is a natural alternative that can give you those pick me ups, especially this time of year. There's a lot of extra events and stress being put on people. And I have found it's just delicious. I love mixing it in. But again, we are the activation company. So, depending on where you are in your health journey and what you're most focused on, get back with the person who invited you here because they're going to be able to guide you and make recommendations. And that's really all it's about. We want to meet you where you're at, okay? And really, you want to activate more than just your health. And that was the other part that we're going to speak. So we're probably going to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes just briefly speaking with you. And I think it's important to make this point. One of the things when I talk to a lot of people, they say that they want to be their own boss, right? They wish they could be their own boss. They're maybe don't want to work for somebody else. They're tired of someone telling them when they can or can't take vacation, how much time they have, needing permission, to do things. But what's interesting is that when you think of a brick and mortar business, the amount of money that is required to start up a brick and mortar business. And I know Brian can kind of speak to that. So, I just want you to kind of put things into perspective. As we share this information with you, think about the possibilities. What could be different for you? And how could your life be different and look different as you go into 2026? Should you make a decision to partner with us essentially and help us share the incredible power of activation around these products?
So I want to start off with just a quick story. I got into an Uber one time, and I got talking about longevity and being healthy, and so we're talking about the products, of course, with the driver, and but the driver's like, he's like, look, I'm driving an Uber. I live in my parents' basement. Why am I interested in longevity? My life sucks. Is basically what he was telling me. And so I kind of switched the conversation to talk about how we can change that because a lot of people are in a similar situation where they're maybe working a job they don't want to work. They don't have the time that they want to do the things that they want to do and be around the people that they want to be around. And so we have a part of our company here where people can take advantage of actually making money talking about these products. And we make this very simple that literally anyone can do this. It doesn't matter your background, your education level, your age. You just have to have a desire to share this information with other people in a very, very simple way. And so we're going to talk next few minutes on how that works. So basically, the process is a very simple process to be a consultant of LifeVantage. And when you do that, you get a website that is coded to you. Okay, it looks exactly like the company's website. And this is all e-commerce driven. And what that means is you don't have to buy inventory of this product and try to sell it out of the trunk of your car. That's not what I'm talking about here. The company does all the heavy lifting. People order from your website, the company ships the product to the consumer's doorstep, and it makes a deposit into your bank account for making that referral through your website. And guess what? This actually perpetuates because when people understand what these products do, they want to take them every day the rest of their life. And so we set them up on what we call a no hassle subscription. And the company actually rewards the customer with a lower price when they go on subscription. And they have the ability to earn rewards to spend as money towards future orders. So people go on subscription, and every time their subscription order runs that month, they make that deposit into your account. So this is a really simple model that anyone can do. Well, let's talk about how the pay actually works. So we talked about that healthy edge stack before, which is the P84 and the Pro Tandem. That's that offense defense that Holly talked a lot about. Well, when you talk to somebody about that product and they order from your website, they go on subscription, you're making $25 every time their order runs. Okay, just for that one consumer. Now, if they just want to try it for a month, they can pay full price and you're going to get 50 bucks for that order. Not bad. But you want them to go on subscription because you want to see that $25 coming in every single month versus just $50 one time. So that's what we call sales profit. But then we also throw a bonus on top of that. Because so as you accumulate more customers, you build up what we call sales volume across all your different customers. And you get paid a bonus based on the total sales volume that you have. And it ranges from 5% and it maxes out at 20%. Now, this may be confusing, so let's look at an example of this. So let's talk about that healthy edge stack that we talked about before. If you just get 25 people to enroll on that product stack, you are going to earn $1,425 every single month that those 25 customers are on subscription. That includes $625 from the profit plus $800 from that sales bonus, totaling $1,425 every single month. Okay? Just going to do quick math, right? Multiply that out times 12 months, that's over $17,000. And it's not bad for a little part-time gig that you're running out of the comfort of your home or through your phone and having this e-commerce business run in the background. Now, it doesn't stop there because what happens, a lot of those customers will raise their hand and they're like, hey, I'm loving these products. I want to share them with friends and family. Can I get paid for it? And the answer is absolutely yes. And so when you have consultants that you enroll who also sell product, you're going to get a percentage of not only what that consultant purchases, but what their customers are purchasing as well. And that can range from 3% to 10% across the board. So as your team grows, you're making a percentage of every product sold inside of your organization. Now, it doesn't stop there. There's other parts of our compensation plan. There's a leadership match, which is basically you're getting a match on the checks of your best consultants. And also leadership pool, which means there's a revenue sharing program that you can earn a piece of every LifeVantage product sold around the world. And you get a little piece of that each and every month. So those are things you unlock as you grow your LifeVantage business. Now, your main question may be, okay, Brian, this sounds great, but how much money are we actually talking about? Well, I'm going to show you what we call our earnings claim statement, which shows you on average what LifeVantage consultants actually make. That third column is their average monthly commission, and the last column shows the average number of months that it takes to achieve that rank. Okay, so what I wanted you to do is look at that and pick a number in that third column that's going to make this worth your while. Now, if you may have zero interest in these products, but I'll tell you what, everybody picks a number. Everybody has a number. You know what? I'm not going to sneeze at an extra $6,000 a month, an extra $14,000 a month. Like I said, everybody's got their price to make this worth their time in sharing this information. So let's blow it up a little bit. Let's look at the managing consultant three there. Like I said, that's $6,715 a month on average. Some make more, some make less. That is the average. So when you multiply that out, that's over $80,000 a year. $80,000 a year, not bad for a little part-time gig that basically you run out of the convenience of your home, right? And the average month for a managing consultant three, the average number of months it takes to get there is 20 months. Okay. Again, some did it longer, took longer, some did less. 20 is the average. If you're average in less than 2 years, you could be making an average of $80,000 a year if you're an MC3, paid as an MC3. Okay. Everybody's different. This is based on your efforts. It's not something you just sign up for and you go wait by your mailbox and the checks start showing up. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. I'd sign up for that twice, right? But it doesn't work that way. This is based on your efforts. So now we've kind of gone through our hero products, and also we talk about the opportunity that's associated with this in case you want to make money as well. So the next step here is to get in where you're fit in. I'm going to throw it back over to Holly to kind of walk you through your options. Holly, you're on mute.
Yeah, yeah. So as we're wrapping up this evening, don't forget we do have one more thing that we are going to offer for those of you who are joining us this evening. But we say get in where you fit in. If you are already thinking of ways in which these products can help you activate your own health and well-being, then you can become a customer. We love our customers. As a customer, you can enroll with subscription pricing, which gives you a discount. And then in addition to that, with each order, you will then earn rewards that will give you money off of future purchases. How cool is that? Now, if you are thinking of people that maybe they have more month than they do have money that's coming in, or maybe the holidays are really stressing them out, or they're, for whatever reason, something is from a financial perspective, either you or someone that you know says, you know what, I could use an extra couple $100 a month. I could use an extra two, three, four, even $500 a month would make all the difference. Then guess what? You might want to consider becoming a consultant. All right. Plug into the system. We have a system, it's already built in. The tools are there for you to be able, you don't have to know what we know. You don't got to come in and know everything and present the way that Brian and I are presenting. All right. That's unrealistic. What I love about this business is that you can learn as you earn. All right. Your job is to simply invite people to take a look at the information. It's for them to get their questions answered so they can make a decision. Whether it's a yes or a no or a not now doesn't matter. All right. So, again, you can become a customer. We have different combinations of product. We call them stacks. These stacks allow you to, again, activate your body at different levels. And in doing so, you get an additional discount with these specific stacks. And again, go on subscription, you're going to get a lesser price, plus you're going to earn those rewards. Now, if you become in as a consultant, there are different packs that you can purchase. The packs offer different combinations of the products that we have, along with an additional discount and a start kit. This means that you are in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. We have kits that vary in prices based off of what you are comfortable with. That's why we say we meet you where you're at. This is a one-time investment to get started, and then you decide on the products that you personally plan to use on a monthly basis. Now, I will tell you again, the most that any one of our stacks costs is under $1,000. Brian, when you started the volleyball club, how much money did it cost you to start up that business?
Just to open the doors cost me about $55,000 just to get the doors open before we made a dime.
$55,000. And that's not including the ongoing costs, right? To pay your
Right.
coaches, the facility costs, everything else associated with that, tens of thousands of dollars a month, right?
Correct.
Right. So ask yourself this. Here's the thing. Yes, this does require work. Like Brian said, you can't just sign up and then expect to start making money. That's not how this works. Now, you can sign up and start taking products. And yes, your health is going to automatically improve by improving every health of the cells in your body. However, should you opt to actually share this with other people, then that's when you can start earning. This is one of the very few, I don't know very many opportunities that allow you to have as little as, a $200 to $1,000 investment with unlimited earning potential. Okay. So I just want you to think about that. So again, we're here to meet you where you're at, whether you see yourself becoming a customer, whether you're thinking about other people that need to hear this information and you can benefit from that. Just get back with the person who invited you. Let them know where you're at. Don't make them chase you down. Don't make it awkward, ghosting them, anything like that. All right. They thought of you for a reason. So at least get back with them and let them know. Now, one of the things that Brian and I were going to offer you for staying on this call and being a guest of ours this evening is should you choose to make a decision within the next 24 hours and become either a customer and or a consultant, Brian and I are going to gift you a full complimentary product that goes along with the products that you choose to get started with. Okay? That's a big deal. We're giving you the opportunity to get a full product in addition to what you're already getting. A full month's, every single product that we offer is a full month supply so that you can then experience other products that this company has to offer. So that's all that we have. We appreciate, we hope that you learned something, right? We hope that we got the wheels turning a little bit for you to start thinking about how it is that you approach your health. And if you're ready to make a decision and you're done just feeling off, right? Or just settling for feeling okay and chalking it up to old age, I'm telling you, it's not the way that it has to be anymore. So, Brian, do you have anything else you want to close before we close this out?
Yeah, I just say I'll wrap up by saying these products can transform somebody's life. We've seen it happen over and over again, and the business can be transformative as well. We've just seen so many people that benefit financially from this that also allows them to be there for their family and just take their whole life to a whole nother level. So don't discount as well. So Holly and I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And we hope to see you again soon. So thank you so much.